Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cryptonymphoze. I'm Gina Bobina. I'm not too sure what I'm doing here, but I'm trying something new. So, trying it with me, I have a special friend I would like to introduce you to, Dustin, Kava, a little special friend I know from
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
my intro, Dustin. You're not supposed to interrupt. We're professionals. I have to teach this man everything. No, but seriously, I know Dustin from the Lifer channel, Crypto Lifer. If you're looking for a great channel to learn some technical analysis, chart patterns, and find great friends like Dustin Kava here, which is hotter than lava. We have a great community, always willing to help you learn about the blockchain. So, Dustin, welcome to Crypto Nymphos.
Hi, I'm so sorry about the intro.
I was just kidding. No, I want this to be natural. I already love your banter. That's why I figure I'm comfortable enough to tell you off.
I
I'm
feel it.
already so comfortable, I'll just put my lipstick wherever I like.
That is comfortable. That is like,
Right? Who does that? Makeup and crypto. That's what you get. Subscribe for more Gina shenanigans. Okay, you have so much to say, and I have so much to tell you, and we have so much to share. So, first, everybody knows how we know each other. I want to know mostly, basically, how you got into crypto, what inspires you about the blockchain. You have so many plans up. I want you to give us little teasers. And I know you have an awesome podcast that I can't wait to learn more about. So,
yeah, I guess we talked about intro. You were asking why crypto, what about the blockchain? And the truth is, I've been in highly regulated industries for close to 10 years. And my start with the blockchain is about that same time frame. Working with and building websites for an industry where Visa was taking 70 cents on every dollar to process a transaction for members. So if you can imagine which is happening today in the crypto
per
space.
transaction.
That's right. And when it happens for a credit card transaction being converted to something for the crypto space, you are still being deemed high risk. So at the same point, you do not have a lot of options with legitimate credit card processing just to do simple things like have a membership, have a Discord that you can gate in certain way with payments in some capacity. And so the crypto space is no different than a lot of the other regulated industries. It could be cannabis, it could be an adult industry, it could be a whole manner of things. And so for me, that started it. And like heartache comes along with being in a journey in the crypto space for that long.
And boy, the
And,
heartache.
Exactly. And for me, it's never been about is this technology something that is going to make my investments grow, or is there something fundamental about this technology that could and will change how we interact with the digital space around us, how businesses interact with their customers,
Yes.
how it's a magnitude of 100-fold when you think about this emerging space. And so to me, it's always every business that I've ever done has dealt with high risk industries. And so there's always been a need in my world for what a blockchain utility is for, why and what. And so when I hear people talk about, oh man, I'm going to hold this token for 4 or 5 years and it's going to go up to 40 grand and I'm going to make
That was
300%.
me. Oh my God, are you kidding?
And there's a
done
part of
so
me
many
that says,
things.
I wish that was me back then, because back when Bitcoin was $16 and then $60, I owned thousands of dollars worth when it came to trying to facilitate the usage cases of it. Never was it, I'm going to keep this and it's going to go up in value. It literally was, I don't want people to stop this transaction from happening.
Yes.
It's completely lawful and everything is being done by the books according to what the government says, but yet I don't have basic financial banking institutions that can back me up in this business. And
Not
so
only
that,
that, they don't back you up, but they're taking a cut
yeah, a
because
very
without
large
them,
cut.
you
That's
can't make any transactions.
and
So
no
you're kind of,
business.
sorry, I interrupted you,
Oh
but yeah, I
no.
totally see where you're going there.
And no business can operate when an entity takes 70% off the top before you can even start using it for your overhead, let alone pay employees, let
Except
alone
for
the investment cost, except for crypto
corporations.
and large corporations. Exactly. And so
Exactly.
to me, this is when I think of, gosh, how to say this, when I think of what is some of the greatest equalizers, I can't even say that word. What takes any minority group, any group that is being undermined
Transfer
by
of
some
wealth.
authority, and this is I think of small business as an opportunity for growth for the individual, and I think of crypto as an opportunity for those small businesses to grow and facilitate what they're
Yes.
doing. And so it's powerful to me. It matters. It's a 10-year journey of being by myself out in the ocean. And now with people like you and even like the Crypto Lifer channel and that, having someone in your resonating pool, in your ocean out there that's like, you see this wave coming? And you're like, yes, I
Yes.
do. Are you ready to surf it with me,
But
guys? Like,
for anybody, like someone working from home or Nike, like everybody, nobody has the monopoly yet. It is so new that everybody is just like dipping their toes in the pool, kind of. Nobody has taken over the sex industry yet in crypto. There's no crypto dating site yet that's super popular. The only big website that I think really made it long term would be like Coinbase, Binance, OpenSea. Like I could legitimately say they have monopoly in their own little category, whatever they do. But what you're talking about is like a doorway for all industries, big or small, like corporations or mom and pops. It just opens, like it's a whole new internet. Like I've said it so many times, but it's just so new, and the minutia of detail you could hold in like just a little node. Imagine like what we could do now, what it's going to be in 15 years. Like what you're talking about, how much Bitcoin you had, what, 10 years ago?
yeah.
What's it going to be in
Don't
another
have,
10
trust me,
years?
I have very little in actual assets. There's a lot of things that come up. Life comes up. Like when you're investing in a business or your own business, like you are always throwing everything you have back in the pool to let it grow again and to keep moving forward. And
How do
so
you motivate yourself? Like, don't you feel like you're just trying to convince everybody that this is going to be a thing? Like when you had your Bitcoin, you were telling your teammates what? That this is going to be
this matters because of this. Yes, but you never
because you
think of
understand the fundamentals. You research the history, you know the why. No one could fudge you out of that market. And you have like such a business brain and like, what's the word?
a mindset.
No, someone who an inventor brain. You know what I mean? It's like you're an inventor in the industrial revolution. It's like you have this image of what it could be, and it just depends on this or this or this. There's so much volatility, but it kind of makes it fun too.
But you know
And I
what
don't
there's
know.
never
It's
volatility
just
in?
dreamers. How do
There's
you stay
never
motivated?
because there's never volatility in the usage cases. There's
That's
only
right.
volatility in the price point.
Great
And so
point.
when the fundamentals are true to you, when again, every business you've ever created in the last 20 years could have in some way absolutely fundamentally been improved with the blockchain in some way. Some process could have been simplified or automated or made more efficient or made non-stoppable or whatever the case is. Those things have never changed in 15 to 20 years. It's only price and how much people care about it because of price. To me, I'm like, what thing is integrating with this right now? How the heck can I go from fiat to this more simply? Because that on-ramp matters for me as a small business. That is the hardest thing I'm going to have to convey to my customers down the line. And if someone else can do that better, some other blockchain, Cardano, some other entity that even is not a large not a full chain, they're just dialing in on a very particular
like a
niche.
meme coin.
That's right. That does a certain thing. There's opportunity in that in certain capacities. That usage case is like it makes my brain explode with like, yes, I want to apply it to this business. I know this friend who needs this in this entity. Like
exactly. And I don't know if you're like me, but I feel like I could do everything, but all in one blockchain. Like if you have a good idea, you could have your foot in every single level of web. You could market to the industries and get them to come over. Who would say no to more information, more storage, faster transactions? They just don't know what the hell it is. That's the thing. But the most important, I think personally, a trader needs to learn about is the different styles of trading and the history. Once you know its history, no one could fudge you out. And the pumps, have you noticed? Is when a lot of FUD comes out from the government. I know that when I see Bitcoin on the news that it's tanking, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin.
Yes. It's when I see CNN or MSNBC or something on here in my realm. Yes. I'm like, that's the time to buy.
Playing us.
100%.
Of course, they don't want us buying in friggin' Bitcoin.
But what they don't understand,
it takes away from their stocks.
Yes, but what they don't understand, and this is the real truth behind this, is one, the internet did not succeed until it crashed, until it failed, and all of the speculation was pulled. The internet, when the dot-com bubble hit, afterwards, only afterwards, did the internet actually start succeeding. Only then did the real innovation happen towards it. Only then did the big conglomerates come out. It is only then when you started centralizing the need for the information, because what they were doing was building on top of another layer.
You didn't know what to do with it.
That's right. And so that's why PayPal needed to do that. That's why they needed to create a PayPal in order to say, I need to control how this money transfers between my customers because no one else is doing that control. And I need to make sure of this. Now with a blockchain and stuff, that's not necessary. But what people don't realize is the largest bubble that we are in is not the crypto. It has nothing. It doesn't matter how many trillions of dollars in the crypto market explodes out from under us. The largest bubble today happens to deal with marketing. And it's this inability to actually dial in exactly who you're talking to and why, and how to absolutely show with certainty where that ad revenue is going. And so when you're thinking about a corporation and they're like, oh, a corporation wants to own this and all this, it's like, no, buddy, you're actually spending $100 billion this year on marketing that you don't even know where it's going exactly. And no matter what company you're selling or buying ads from, say Google, they're certainly not telling you their algorithm, and they're certainly not telling you exactly who and what. And so when we finally have control over our own personal information and give a company that which we want them to have, when they have access to that, ad revenue starts going up, the amount of money spent, it's huge. It's a massive thing. And so to me, this crypto bubble, what we think, I want this to kind of fail and fizzle out in some capacity because I want the innovation afterwards. I am thriving and dying for the 3 years that comes after a bust. A bear market here, the most amazing crypto technologies are created in bear markets. They're not released in bull markets. They're always released in a bear market. The following grows loyalty in a bear market. And when
I'm about to lead a cavalry with your inspirations.
And when you hit a bull market with loyalty is when you hit the tipping point to actually go viral with this chain, to actually make what you're doing be substantial and long-standing. And so
you turn that resistance into support.
That's right. 100%. You're turning that resistance into support, and your loyalty and why is what keeps getting you up there. And so
and if you don't know what that means, subscribe to the Crypto Lifer channel where you can learn all about resistance and support.
Yeah, there's actually no one I would rather learn resistance and support or anything from. Again, 10 years in crypto, if you can imagine 10 years of watching videos, it took me took me 10 years to find this man.
I was just going to ask, how did you
years.
find him? Because I was at the lowest of my low when I found this man, and he was a fucking angel. That's why I'm so attached to him.
To be honest,
I
he
want to know your
came at
story.
the exactly the right moment. At this point, we're going back 7 years. I started a head shop. I was exiting out of the head shop last year in December. And so in certain regards, this is a business that I had been thinking about, been in for 7 years legitimately, but had also been developing processes for over 15.
Let me interrupt you a second. A head shop for the boomers out there like me is actually a cannabis shop, a smoke shop.
Yeah, smoke shop. That's right.
I never heard that term before.
Yeah, and they call it head shop because of the Grateful Dead, the dead heads, and like the place you would go to find your dead merchandise. Like, I want my bears, I want my tapestries, I want my pipes.
Yeah,
except in my thing, they were all handmade by artisans, special ordered 2 years in advance type of things in the store.
Things here.
So
okay,
when I'm exiting my business, yes. And at that point, when you exit, most people, when you exit the business, you had a strategy for exit. You planned on exiting at that time. In this case, that wasn't my actual exit strategy, was to leave during that time. There were other incidences and reasons that it was the right time to do it. But at the same point, I was lost without my business. I was lost without my customers being able to walk into the door, and my community, and my identity.
Mourning what you thought your future was going to be.
That's right. And so to me, and then again, being in the crypto space and selling all my Bitcoin 7 to 8 years ago, and then mining Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
And
hold on, wait.
all my.
How much Bitcoin did you have?
I mean, if we're talking, again, Bitcoin was $16, $25, $40, $60, $30. Buying around those times, we're talking $5,000 or $6,000 worth, and we're talking, it was hundreds and hundreds of them.
I knew about it. So you're like an OG of the OG.
But Bitcoin was taking 1%, 1/2 of 1% to process the transaction across the chain. Compared to 70 cents on a dollar, it's night and day. It's like, guys, you understand that we're getting 69.99% more every time. So it was just, but no one, not one company, not one business, not one entity, not one anything that I had talked about it, described it. Again, it wasn't easy to use it back then either.
No, at all.
Not the same online. It was a very difficult thing to navigate. And so I don't blame anybody for not joining me during those times. But again, when I went to exit, I lost my identity. And all of a sudden, after 10 years in the space, me loving the blockchain, me not having my business, all of a sudden Crypto Lifer shows up. And he was the first guy after 10 years who what he was saying actually happened. When he would describe a reason, I would sit back, I would write in my notepad, I would make in my Airtable exactly what he said. I would then go and I would chart it myself, and then I would watch it for 3 days. And sure enough, it would happen. And then I would come back and I would say, why? Why the heck did he understand that happening? That's right. And so it kept bringing me back and bringing me back. And then it got to a point where...
Because let me interrupt you. Everybody does Fibonacci on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He's not Fibonacci, so his technique is a little bit different. So what you're talking about is exactly what I saw. So carry on.
Fibonacci, leverage.
It's
there's
just
plenty of things that you just don't need in your daily rapport when you have.
This is turning into a big shill for Sam.
Right? That's actually crazy. Yeah, it is a big
legit shill. Love him.
The truth is that everything I've ever done had a long-term plan, 15, 20 years. When I think about what YouTubers and how they teach crypto, it's about massive short-term gains without a long-term plan. And so my brain was trying to keep doing this thing that I'm not in me to do until I found Sam. And he was like, listen, man, you need 3% a day. You need 7% a week. And we can manage that by not losing your money, not keeping it in something too long. Learn how to keep your money before you learn how to make your money. And at the same point, there's this idea that it's not hard to make $1 million. What is hard is to keep the $1 million. It's like, you can't do it. I have made plenty of businesses that have generated millions of dollars, but I have never kept it, either because of the way I thought or something I had done, but that's not anymore. And I'm keeping more and more of what I've earned because of his teachings, because of the concepts that he just instills simply. He doesn't even try.
Would you feel as inspired as you do now if you did keep it? Your life would have been totally different.
You know what? The truth is I believe that if I didn't keep it, it was not because of Sam. There is no possibility that you can't listen to them, man, and not be inspired in some way. And so even if you're not using them for trades and you're using them for personal well-being and mental health, you are growing on a day-to-day basis. If you show up every day, that routine builds in your brain. I don't care what it is, but with him, there isn't a negative thing. He's not showing up and being like, oh man, I stubbed my toe today and life is hurting me. He's showing up and saying, it's worth it today. You're worth it to learn it.
Before Sam, what were you used to? Like, what are you comparing?
You know what? I do like a couple guys, but I watched BitBoy for years and I still love BitBoy. But I do, again,
full of shit. I watched him for years. Now. Sorry, I know people like him. Shit.
But what I like what he's doing now is, but the best part about scaling BitBoy, which BitBoy has to learn how to scale because again, he couldn't be on the show every day. He's older, he's got kids, he's got a bunch of shit, is bringing in the new talent and giving them that chance is like fucking crazy. It's really awesome in that capacity. And I wish there was less shilling in certain other capacities.
Exactly. But everybody's following his footsteps. That's why when I found Sam was the only one who did it that I didn't feel, okay, he has courses to sell. Man has, he freaking gave up his freaking life for this. But he doesn't force, like he'll never trick you into spending money. You're getting something.
The next day you're going to show up. He knows he's going to be there the next day. So what's he going to do? He can't run.
You could easily read him. Like he has his heart on his sleeve. He cries in freaking every street. Like, come on. Your emotion has to be extra sensitive. You have to be extra empathetic. Okay, a little bit of a grandiose narcissism to keep that motivation going, which I wish I had a little bit more of, but it just gets me so inspired. And that's what I want to share with everybody because I've been listening to the wrong information for so long and I just want people to learn from my mistakes. So what I want to do here is invite people I know, people I trust, with great stories, great personalities. And Dustin, I think we could do this like weekly and not get fed up of each other.
I think so.
If your wife is okay with it and could put up with my obnoxiousness.
I will definitely be talking to her.
Awesome. Please do. And don't worry, super safe. I'm the last person you should worry about, I promise. I want
my wife is awesome. She trusts me.
Your story. Legit, it's such a good story. It's so motivational, and that's a thing I have a hard time with myself, motivating myself. First, I hate being on camera, hate it. So just for me to put out an episode, it took a lot of motivation behind that, and a lot of that came from Sam and the lifers. Like, I'm there for the chat. So hearing your story, I see so much of a parallel adventure, but totally different.
Oh my gosh, me and Sammy are going to grow together. We may not, yes, sure. I know that like in 15 years, we're going to be in the Bahamas, once a weekend every year where our families are getting, I know it. I know that the success,
that's not creepy at all, Sam, but we're vacationing with you one day.
Don't worry. That house you are about to buy down in Florida, the one next to it has already been.
I bet you he's crying right now. If we put this live, I bet Sam, you're crying, eh? You're crying, I bet. Oh, to be a fly on that wall. I still don't know what's in those lemons, but I want some.
I- but yes, and I think anybody could actually learn from what it takes to have to do something every day, what it takes to trust yourself when you're having to jump off the cliff, whether it's starting a business, whether it's opening a trade. Know why you're doing it, know what your probabilities are, know the why. Maybe even know what. It's not about gaining the money, it's what are you going to do with the money? Why does that matter in your bank account? Whose life are you
Okay,
going to
now I'm gonna
change?
cry.
At what point it never comes if there isn't that why. If it's just accumulation, it has no purpose. So I definitely think that finding someone, whether it is Sam, whether it's any mentor, that when you are low, you could say, I don't want to stream today. And they're like, yes, you do. In fact, I'm going to be your guest today and we're going to get on together. And this is how this is going to happen. And I have plenty of those people in my life that have gotten me through. Sam every day helps me in those mornings, at the nights, and during the rest of my weeks when I'm like, what about what I'm building do I want? There are some other people that really know what I'm building and know when I call them.
He understands the impact he has on people. Like before him, I had Ryan. I love Ryan, but he's not Sam. And I had BitBoy, which I watched him under protest, but I liked his deep dives in developers. I just would never listen to any of his calls. So if you listen to the wrong person, you could get so screwed. So screwed. But he will never ever misguide you. He's just there to teach. You could take it or leave it. This is what worked for him. And believe me, I had my own little method. But when I merged my method and his method, I don't even use indicators. The patterns just pop at me because I've been staring at the chat for so long. Exactly. So to anybody that's new, honestly, find out the history, find out the fundamentals of why Bitcoin exists in the first place. And that's to take out the middleman, which is the banks, which is pretty much loaning out the money that we work our asses for. Sorry about that. I'm going to start a big rant over here. But that's what really got me into this. And it was because of a coworker that I worked at who was talking about Bitcoin for months and months while it was going up, and I'm seeing it and I'm FOMOing it before I even knew what FOMO was. So he literally took my phone. He set me up. He legit. Thank you, Nick, wherever you are.
Thank you, Nick. You're awesome.
Legit. He knows
How
me
long ago
so
was
well.
that? When was the first Bitcoin purchase?
Okay. You're ready for this? It is such a fluke. Nobody gets this luck. I had Raven coin. That was my first purchase that he bought for me because he mines Raven coin. So he's very bullish on Raven. So I'm like, sure, get whatever you want, I'm letting him do whatever. And after a couple of months, I see, oh shit, I made money on Raven coin. So I started investigating my own coins. What do I want for myself? So I'm looking up fundamentals. Okay, this does this. So no, that sounds stupid. I go to the next one. I literally went on Binance, every single token, alphabetical order, looked up the fundamentals, found out what market cap was, found out the math, the tokenomics, just trying to catch, okay, if this one goes up this much, the market cap is lower, I'll make more money. My thing was the penny coins back then. So I found Dent. Legit, I clicked on it because I told myself, what kind of company would have this ugly ass of a logo? And I clicked on it. And then it's like, oh, they sell data to mobile data to hotels. And I'm like, oh, that's good fundamentals. So I started getting bullish on Dent. I found a YouTube channel. What was it called? I hate this guy. Worst mistake. Anyways, I was new. He was brainwashing me to hodl my Dent. So when I 5X, I had $200. I don't even know what it is, 6X, 7X. That $200 turned into $13,000. And I hodled until I lost half.
I know the feeling.
And I'm watching it go down. Like, my boyfriend at the time is telling me, you have to sell this thing. You're just watching it go down. I'm like, no, it's going to go back up. It's just a
Oh
little
my
wave.
God.
I'm like, so I knew nothing. And it was literally my first token, 2 weeks, bang. I made like $13,000. And
Yeah,
I'm
right.
showing my sister all proud. Look at this.
Oh.
Everybody could do this. It's so easy. Anyway, the all-time high cuts. And I see it going down, going down. He's like, no, hold it. And I'm starting to catch on that, hold on a second. There's indicators that tell you how a chart's going to go up and down. What? So I started researching.
Yeah, the minute you start understanding that first indicator, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is how the world works.
Exactly this whole time. I'm like, I'm such an idiot. If I wish I knew. That's why I wish he was around back then,
Oh my
because it
gosh.
was Ryan that told me that the dips are coming. And it was Ryan that convinced me, oh, these indicators actually do something. Because I'm on Binance, I don't use indicators. So, anyways, I learned a whole new world of technical analysis. But what really made me successful is because I worked for a developer for 5 years. I worked for QA, which is a lot of video game testing. So
Mhm.
I'm a professional gamer, and when you're in QA, every little minuscule of detail would stand out to you if it's off. So I think that
Mhm.
helps me a lot with recognizing patterns. My brain sees it in people. My brain just recognizes and keeps tracks of patterns. So I don't know how I did it, but it was easy to me. But when I saw Sam's unique, I don't know what the hell, magic, nobody does it. And I can't watch anybody else do TA. I
Yeah,
cannot. I get
no.
frustrated.
That's exactly it. It's not right. When you see someone else doing it, you're like,
You're
there's
correcting
more.
it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, did you
I'm
check
so
this? Are you
arrogant. You should see me. You should see me read someone's TA. He could be perfect Fibonacci rules, whatever. But not Sam. What is this? It's like, you want, it's like your supporter resist, you're using that much slippage. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
it's just so
I
guessing. I don't
I
know. I just
definitely
don't.
think that the beginner's course is actually it made one of the
Blew
biggest
my mind.
difference. Like during a show, he's moving very quick. There's a
Yes.
lot to get through. He's got a lot on his mind. He's also there's anxiety along with the show that you can't having your pulse on every single thing is
But
not is difficult. But in the
also, I'm like enthralled by the chat that I
yeah,
get bits
you're
and
like
pieces, like
ah!
I'm so into my shenanigans, being hilarious in chat that I kind of miss some lessons. So
And t- to
I totally
me,
get that.
yeah, I think that's when I
Is that
got
the first the thing you would recommend the most to a new trader? Take courses?
I think the first thing I would do is not plan on trading for at least 5 months.
Oh, hold on a second.
There's enough opportunity in every
So all
single market.
theory.
Yeah,
Like when
to
you
me,
get your license, it's all the
yeah,
theory courses first, and then you
yes,
practice driving.
that's right. And so to me, you can prove to yourself and give yourself a heck of a lot more confidence, which is really most trades are emotional. Most people don't
Oh
enter a
yeah.
trade or get out of a trade unless some massive
So
emotion is
true.
happening within them.
All the
And
worst ones too.
that's right. And so when you can have perfect practice all the time, not just practice all the time, perfect practice, what Sam explains up to, from the start, to me, watching that, charting that, simulating that, practicing the why, doing it before he does it in the morning,
Yes.
he's going to talk about Bitcoin. There's these 8 things that he's going to do. Chart them right now before his show starts. Where is it going to go? And watch yourself grow with it. And then
That's a great
start
tip.
expanding on there. And so to me, bull run, bear market, it does not matter. The industry is young enough that it's irrelevant. Two, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes to 90,000 and stops forever. What matters is that you understand how to make money up, understand how to make money down. You understand that this can be applied to not just crypto, but every other thing in your life in a lot of ways. And to me, that's real power and potential. That's when you really learn yourself, and your journal is telling you you're going to get out of this trade because you want to, but it's going to also remind you not to.
But it's also my instincts calling me. Something, I don't know, call me crazy. Something's telling me I have to sit here and wait because the ship is moving. And I have to just collect. Yes, it's a bitch seeing Bitcoin go down, and you're going to see me gagging in chat. But I do want to pay that cheaper. So yes, there is a silver lining. But the important thing is just stick to your plan. Keep collecting dips. Everybody says, buy the dip, buy the dip. Buy that fucking dip. Because legit, that little purchase every 2 weeks, every month, whatever you decide you could afford, always spend what you could afford. This is pretty much gambling. Let me just say that it's so volatile.
Not financial advice.
To lose every penny and be okay with it. That's how you'll be successful. When you're okay with losing it, you're okay with taking that big risk and putting that investment in yourself instead of in your trades. I would think that would, sorry, I just took over my own question. But yeah, you're so freaking, you bubble me up. You feed my rants.
I know we can do this.
Legit. Sure. It's already 35 minutes, I think, that we're in it. It's so smooth. I love it. So excited. But okay, more about Lifer, because I think it's really important. Very, very new people don't know about him. So I think I want to get as many people in there because I know it's safe. That's one and foremost. And it's also a common ground that you and I have. So hearing how other people found him and how their stories could maybe help somebody else. I don't know. I want to collect all these little stories from everybody. And I just want to soak it all in. So thank you so much for sharing this. And I want to know, now that you know Lifer and you know how he is, and you've been there longer than me. So it's what, 2-3 years?
We're coming up on we're at a year, a little over a year.
How much do you feel like you know him?
Oh my gosh, there's 365 days. Like, come on. This is not, like I said, he's family.
But not just him, everybody.
Yes. And again, the group matters. Learning. Community matters.
Grace, everybody. Zero allegiance. Oh my God, my closest friends are in this group. I don't know who my support system would be if it wasn't for you guys. Legit.
And we talked before about this, but I think it's a really good point to kind of bring up. We talked before the stream, I should say, but it's this idea of like, if you want to go fast, you go alone. And if you want to go far, you go with others. And to me, in trading, in life, in relationships, in whatever the heck it is, you go with others, having someone there to surprise you when you're low with some type of advice or inspiration, or to give you the opportunity to inspire someone else on a day when they are low. It's huge.
You know how much I want to eat these people alive when I see someone start trashing him in chat who don't even know him. Is his first 5 minutes. Sorry. I get so overprotective. It's embarrassing. I will eat your face in front of everybody. If you
Mama Bear comes out.
Yes. Anyways, there are so many screw ups that have bigger shows, and this guy does not take a day off. And I hope he gets inspiration as easily as we get it from him. I don't know who he gets it from. No idea. But could you imagine what it takes to keep that train going?
And you got to shout out, again, every business is successful with the right people behind him, and it starts with his wife.
It starts with
Like,
him, first of all, to want to do it.
that's
And
right.
yeah, his wife is patient zero for sure, like externally. But I'm saying like as a self motivation, because that's a big problem I have personally that I need to work on. So to find other people's motivation, I don't
I,
know. I just want to
well, I think that there's a
soak
powerful
it all up.
there's a lot of things that can motivate people. There's guilt, there's fear, there is passion of
Exactly, but
some
everybody
kind.
has a
There's
story.
Everybody has a story, and
And
Sam's
I love
why,
it.
which may not always be told in his why is real. And the reason why he wants you to learn is real. And he knows what else is out there if you don't find someone who has that responsibility that Sam has to show up and do the right thing. It's in this world when you are getting tossed a lot of offers that offer you a lot of money to say
And
any
he's
number of
had
things,
them.
it matters. And it's really
I
hard to
think
say turn down. If you can
exactly.
BitBoy's show, it's 60 grand to get him to sponsor a thing. It's 60 G's and he'll talk about your token. And so that's a lot of money.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of money that he gets, but there's a lot of loss that could happen if it's not the right system, if it's not the right reason. And I like that the why is consistently right with him,
Yes.
day in
Not
and day
just
out.
right, but yes, there's gains. We're bullish with the gains, but it's really, as you said, the why. And the why is what made me investigate the history of currency and what made me so bullish on this whole friggin' blockchain
Yes.
invention. It's just a whole new world, and I want to take it all over and build stuff.
That's right. That's all I
Right?
want to do. Let's build.
I
I'm
just want to
so
build
ready
stuff. I
to
want to create.
build. Yes.
And that's
Yes.
why I love having a YouTube channel because I'm a ranter, so I might as well put it somewhere. I've done so many mistakes that I'm so embarrassed to admit that, I might as well make good use of it, slap it somewhere, and someone's going to learn from it.
Oh yeah, I'm the
And those
biggest
are the
idiot in the
best kind of
world.
podcasts I love to listen to, the personal story ones.
And when they're sharing their time with you, when they're listening to what you're doing or what you're saying, I don't know. I find that when you have a door open, you may have an expectation of who can walk through that door, but just by unlocking it, just by having it open, the world has this way of bringing some of the most powerful things that you've never expected ever. And they just come right through that door, right to you. And for a YouTube channel, it's no different. It's like by showing up, by clicking the live, that door's been open. And for you listening right now, I thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for giving it all its space and its why, and for mulling over your own why, and for knowing what you want for yourself, even, and knowing that you deserve it just as much as you want it. And I I yeah, I think
So
if there's
beautifully said that you deserve it. It's funny you say that. Great choice of words. Because I feel like I do so much, but I'm like, is this really worth it? Is this going to be well deserved at the end? Like, am I just putting myself through all this torture just because I'm hopeful for nothing?
well, if you're getting money out of it, it's one thing. Like if you're starting this and you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to make ad revenue and this is where this is going to be. I want revenue." Oh my gosh, like the days when the money doesn't come in or the months when the money doesn't come in, you're going to be so destroyed.
Exactly.
But when you know that today you're talking to someone interesting, when today I get to explain something that I did a year ago that did not work, and I'll explain why and why I'm doing something else, that becomes powerful.
Yes.
When you know that when you don't have to have the same conversation to all your friends every single time, you can say it once and it is scaled out massively beyond anything you could ever imagine. And you got to have 45,000 individual conversations with
Yes.
1 hour of talk. And to me, that is just it. Those are the things that keep you going. The monetary value will
Yes.
go up and down, I promise, but that stays the same.
But like that's the thing about our group is that everybody's sharing what they have. Like if you have a good little tidbit of information, you're gonna slap that in that 99 channel so fast because you can't wait to just share what you've learned. And everybody's like that. Well, I can't say everybody, but everybody I've met that I've gotten close to that is into blockchain is kind of that kind of personality too. Like they're all treasure hunters. You know, we
Yes.
want to find the next big invention, the next big life changer, the next bridge that will actually work. Stop
And
wrapping Ethereum coins. You
I've
know,
been in a lot of
there's
industry that hid the trade secrets. And so
yes,
to see Sam be transparent about it, when you take
and
his
call
course,
it
I assure
out.
you, yes. And I assure you, when you take his course, everything he said for free in the live stream is in that course. Everything. He hasn't, you don't have to pay for $1 of what is actually in that course if you watch his stream every day. But I will say, there's something different about taking the course that presents the information at a different pace to give you the ability to really ask him a question about the why. And can you explain this in detail? That changes everything about it. And then the group itself, wow, this is really an ad for
Yeah,
Sam. Sam,
so
you
bullish.
better love us. What the
This
like,
turned into a
I feel like
freaking
I'm on
ad
my knees right now. Like,
commercial.
like I gotta wipe my chin. I
Ah,
gotta
I got some suck up on your chin.
God.
But legit,
Wow.
I
But
totally feel it.
again,
And
yeah,
it's our common ground, me and you. So we talk about Sam, obviously. It's how where I know you from. It's how we got closer. We both mod for his channel. We both, like cheer him as much as he cheers us. Like we understand the why. We understand his why and we appreciate what he does for our why.
that's
So
right.
the least I could do is like be the bullish bitch in chat, just be myself and have so much fun. Like I hardly have to do anything. Like it's EJ and Love Learning and CC and Sniper doing all like you doing all the work. Like I'm just,
That's not true.
just hoeing it up in chat. What
Every
else do I
single
do?
person has a place.
But
Everyone
that's my
does.
place. I'm meant to hoe up that chat. And it's so much fun. Like I legit love and I get too attached to people. Too attached. And I'm just ruined. So if anybody is new, I'm sorry if this sounds like a commercial for Crypto Lifer, but it's where Dustin and I met. It's where I think both of us learned the most life lessons, and it's where we get our daily inspirations from. So join the chat. You don't even have to buy the courses. Subscribe, watch the stream every weekday morning or every weekend evening, and you just chill and chill with us. Learn some shit. Right?
That's right. Truly,
Oh
show
my
up.
god,
You'll
it's
you'll
hot in
definitely see
here.
one of us. And
These lights. Am I
okay,
sweating yet?
I am. I was like,
But this was so much fun, honestly. Your banter, exquisito. I love it. I could do this all night.
I can't believe it's almost been an hour. We're coming up
I
on the
think we
50
did
minute
do
mark.
this all night, come to think of it. We had
Yeah.
so much prep time to do for anybody listening who's the behind the scenes was the best part. Honestly, the pre-show, if I could figure out a way to edit that together and like make a montage, God, it was
I
so good.
It was definitely funny, and there definitely was a lot of stories that probably would never be shared
And I
with.
could not have done this without you, Dustin. Honestly, you took control. Everything you see here, that beautiful little banner going, that's all Dustin's work. Look at this. Look what he did. Look at it. I'm so excited.
Oh,
I
I'm glad.
I honestly think we could really get along to do this more times than just today.
I think
But
so too.
anyways, before we end the show, I want to know all about your podcast because we want to get you some more subscribers. So if you're listening, I want you to subscribe to Dustin's podcast immediately. He's going to tell you what it's called
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah. It's called Because Cannabis. And you can find us at www.wayward.media, along with a bunch of other shows. And in the case of this show in particular, yeah, it's all about the why. We talk a lot about the why in crypto. This, in a lot of ways, is the why in cannabis. This is, we talk to cultivators, we talk to marketing people, we talk to doctors, we talk to lighting specialists and guys who process into edibles and oil. We have so many different conversations between me and my co-host BC Wayman, and it's just every Friday at 4:20 Eastern. You can find us live going on our show. So I would love if you guys gave us a follow or subscription, and definitely check out the website for all our other shows and plenty more coming. We got a new show being released this next month that I will talk about soon. And we got a lot of other projects that are going to be really neat that I can't wait to show you guys.
Yo, this is going to be so good. So subscribe immediately to
Because Cannabis.
Cannabis on YouTube. I better see that subscription go up. I want to see 5,000 subscribers by tomorrow morning. That's not asking for too much, is it?
No, it never
I
is.
say. Oh, Dustin, I had so much fun.
Thank you for having me. I really, really enjoyed this. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me on my own show. What do you mean? You did all this beautiful bannering.
No, you had everything done. You had the graphics made. You had your logos done. You had the background. You had everything. You even had your little stinger, which we're ending on that stinger. I can't wait to.
What's it called?
The sploosh?
The sploosh. Damn right.
My
Stinger. Are you kidding me?
Stinger.
We're naming that the sploosh. Yo, sploosh it up right now. Go.
Okay.
Show him.
Going
Show
out.
him a sploosh. Just like that. A sploosh. Thank you for putting up with me tonight. You taught me so much, not just about all of this StreamYard shenanigans, but also a little bit about you. I got to know you as a person. I didn't even know you were this interesting. Who knew you're this likable? No, but seriously, you're absolutely adorable, charming, so easy to talk to, and your words have so much inspiration and substance. I think you have found your calling, darling, and I'm definitely going to subscribe to your channel.
Awesome. Well,
I'm so excited for you, Dustin. And when you are ready, you're going to come back and tell us about your plans, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Soon. Very, very soon. Very soon.
Let's do this. All right, so let's end the show. Thank you so much, everybody. Mwah. Love you all. Thank you for joining us. I don't know when we're going to do this again, but I think this was so much fun. It might not be our last time. Let us know if you like it by smushing the smush mush. Anything you want to say?
Wake up tomorrow with a smile. Please.
Wake up tomorrow with a smile. Mwah. Later, lovies. Thanks for joining. Bye.